Gals and guys, go to Tracy Brown Live. Go to Tracy Brown Live. Go to Tracy Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracy Brown Live. Go to Tracy Brown Live. Go to Tracy Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracy Brown Live. Go to Tracy Brown Live. Go to Tracy Brown Live.
Good, good health, everyone. How are you doing today? Welcome. Welcome to the Book Company of Prophets. How are you doing? I am so happy to be here. I have a little bit of pain in my neck. I feel like my spine is not aligned. I'm going to get some Tylenol arthritis pain or something just to relax the muscles. I think the muscles are tightened or something around my neck. Let me see who's on so far. Hi, Angela. How are you? How's your night? How have you been? Mm. I'm going to go ahead, Angela, and get started. Um, I'm starting to change my morning routine. So, hey, Kat, how you doing? How's everything? I'm going to start changing my morning routine. So I started sipping on hot/warm water in the morning. And then water, regular water. It could be cold or not cold. I really don't care at this point. Um, I try to finish out the water that I bring to bed with me, but sometimes that's not always possible. And now I'm on a cup of coffee, but I haven't had breakfast yet. Just trying to figure out what I want for breakfast. Okay, I'm doing good, says Angela. Good, 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 good. Just drinking my coffee. Sorry, guys. Well, let's get this party started, okay? Let's get it started quickly, okay? Oh, let me clean my glasses real quick. So I've got nothing too crazy to report. I'm trying to think, is there anything I need to tell you all? But I think I'm good. Oops. I think I'm good. Nothing too crazy to report. Nothing funny, nothing crazy happened. Oh, okay. Page 150. Page 150. I'm here. Yes. That's the best, right, Kat? To just be like, I'm present. Kat sometimes will just take being present. Sometimes it's all we got. Hmm. All right, let's get this party started quickly. If anybody wants a reading with me, I am available today. I'm also going to try and get the fire signs horoscope out and the earth signs horoscopes out today. So I'm dedicating staying home because I can run the streets, child. I love me to run the streets. Mm. I think it's so funny that I know that about you, though. You're like, it's all I got. You know what it reminds me of? When you're in college and you're forced to take a class you cannot do. You already know it's not your forte and you're going to fail. So the best you can do is show up and pray that something seeps in, And it's like, Tracy, present. But that's all I got because everything else sounds like a foreign language. Mm. Get my gratitude journal. It's on the screen right there. Um, in September, that's why I want you to get it now. We're going to start a whole manifestation thing on uh, what do you call it? Tesla 369 manifestation. So get your journal so that we can be on one accord. And I don't know what you're going to manifest for yourself, but let's manifest some things in September. If you know the 369 method, you could do it well before then. I really don't care. But as a collective, we're going to do it in September. So get my journal, y'all. All right, let's begin. Page 150. I can do an exorcism without seeing the person. Near the beginning of their talk, Cora Keaton let the parents know she did not need to travel to Mississippi to work with their son. The problem was resolved through long distance consultation. The boy's personality had changed, they told Cora in their call to Los Angeles. Described by them was a shift in the 13-year-old's personality, which had been extreme and sudden. His good nature had given way to moodiness and unrestrained fury. School life became disordered. He blocked communication with everyone. In wild discharges of anger, he threatened family members and others with knives and other weapons, not knowing what else to do. His parents finally had him admitted to a psychiatric hospital, but they were still concerned about his recovery and contacted Cora. Remotely investigating the boy's psychic condition, Cora detected his space was contaminated by something that vibrated different and lower. Its emanations were satanic. Through pervading the energy surrounding each parent, Cora perceived how the entity had been drawn to the group. It was through the mother, a storehouse of hostility and anger. She fed and activated the entity. The obsession entered the boy because he was the most vulnerable person in the family. After a series of consultations, there were improvement in the conditions of the mother and son. The woman began dealing with her negative attitudes, and as a result, the entity's power supply was appreciably diminished, eventually disappearing altogether. When the boy was to be released from the hospital, Cora perceived the negative spirit entered his aura space. Psychically, she appeared the area and strengthened his field so the entity could not return. Born in Texas and raised in Los Angeles, Cora Keaton had a doctorate. Oh, that's nice. In metaphysics. I am doing more exorcisms since the veil between the visible and the invisible is thinning. More souls are lightening up. In another incident not long ago, Cora returned home from Missouri, accompanied by two entities occupying a girl's body. She saw them, both, the overwhelmed and the aggressor. The girl had been obsessed while channeling. Her body was taken over by a spiritually obsessed, wait, her body had been taken over by a spiritually undeveloped female entity. Once the invading spirit gained control, its stability of the personality behavior led to the girl being placed in psychiatric institution. After Cora caused the intruder to leave as part of the recovery process, she taught the former victim how to protect herself against future invasions and attacks. In addition, Cora gave the girl lessons in metaphysics and trained her, expanding the abilities that she had. Already, the young person astral projected at will and communicated telepathically with animals. More earthbound souls are contacting me of late, Cora revealed. I use my guides. There are 3 of them who have been with me a long time and others to come. Alrighty now. I don't know. Hi, Incognito. I don't know. Are they spirits? Are they mental illness? Remember, there's a fine line between both, right? Um, I do believe, however, that if a child is raised in an unhealthy, toxic environment, or an environment of extreme sadness, or an environment of anger, I do believe that negative energy can prevail and win, especially if there's a child in a room. I believe we can share that energy with others. I know my own grandson has a thing that he does where he goes, oh, sorry guys, he goes to sleep at night and he believes he is fighting evil forces. And I said to him, but if you're fighting evil forces at night, how do you sleep? And I thought he said, I can't sleep. And that's part of the problem. And I said, okay, I get that. And I said, why are the evil forces there? And he told me he's protecting the evil forces from attacking his mother. And so, it's hard to combat a child that, you know, believes, and it's real to him. So let's be clear about a belief system. A belief system is it's true to me. And thinks that he needs to protect his mother, because then it's like, okay, then what is your mother doing that this energy prevails the home, right? And his mother's not the easiest person for me to talk to because I don't want her to shut down for me. So it's hard to like counsel and give her grace and get her to understand that there's a lot going on here, right? Um, and I'm not sure, like, if she thinks I have a double message there, like, am I talking to her for my son? It's just a lot going on that I don't want to get in the middle of. I feel like people can handle their shit even if they fuck up. And then I did realize that what was real to Ezra was real to Ezra. And at the very least, I could take care of that. I could take care of what's real to Ezra. And that's when on video, we got the biggest unicorn. Um, I mean, it was triple his size. And I cut it open at the neck. and we put herbs inside specifically to combat uh, evil energy from prevailing him, and sealed it back up. We did it all on video. It's the cutest video I've ever seen in my life. And it seemed to work. It seemed to work. And ironically, this unicorn, like now he fights child's play. He fights the unicorn during the day instead of fighting spirits at night. So, however way this worked, it just worked. Because Ezra's completely gifted, but it's untethered. So, and I'm no longer around, right? So it's not like I could like get him and talk to him and see what's going on with him. We used to have weekly sessions on Sunday, but I kind of noticed him shutting down more and more. So I was like, it's okay. I don't want to push the envelope in my metaphysical world for him. I just think, especially with children, which is why I want to have a program with children, because a lot of children are feeling things. And just imagine how we are as adults and we can identify and use our words, right? Imagine a kid. So, Jason and I are still going to produce a program for the children so that we can identify their gifts, applaud them for their gifts, and help them to say to us what it is that's going on with them. These kids are coming down, especially these kids. These kids, they are warriors. They're mouthy. They will tell you off and the teacher off. Like, y'all not going to get these 1960 kids where they can sit down and fold their hands and be quiet. They're going to question you. They're going to question the teacher. They're going to identify that there's a problem inside of you, inside of the teacher, inside of the dad, and they're going to say shit to you. They're going to be like, what? They're not even going to ask why. Remember when kids used to be like, but why? But why? But why? Now they're like, yo, you're doing some dumb shit. Fuck out of here. And the kid's going to be like 4. So we got to work with these kids. And we got to see why they are down here. Why did they choose this era? What's the fight in them about? Because they are practicing to fight. Let me tell you, they are strong kids. They sarcastic. They look at us like we're the crazy ones. Have you seen the way our kids look at us? They look at us like, why would you do something so stupid? And it's like, wait, what's that look about? Jesus Christ. I'm trying to have a human experience. You guys came down as deities. Hmm. Oh, all right. Let's get the bell. This new story. Oh, we're going to go on to a new chapter soon. People troubled by malevolent spirits were coming to Jessica Marshall. This evil aspect of her client's problems made her uneasy. Though she wanted to help, she was unsure of her own well being and uncertain of the future influences of negative spirit entities upon her. It was about 10 years ago that Jessica, metaphysical counselor and teacher, confronting this dilemma, thought seriously of abandoning her work. In the course of making a decision, she spoke to her great aunt, a psychic experienced in working with candles, oils, and herbs to change energy and its influences on people. Her great aunt's only response was that Jessica should pray to God to release her from her psychic gifts. Letting go of her gifts did not seem the right action to Jessica. While meditating, she confirmed her abilities were tools given to her to help others. Hadn't she already used them for that reason? And now she would not allow negative entities to block her way of helping. She felt from this realization a renewal and commitment to her work. She further came to understand that her own spiritual growth depended upon her willingness to confront and overcome negative energy in any of its manifestation. Jessica, a resident of Los Angeles, co-founder of the Crenshaw Metaphysical Institute. In the tradition of her great aunt, she sometimes uses oils, candles, and incense in exorcism and other facets of her work. I can't very well counsel a person if I have no reality of what they are experiencing. I know my experiencing these negative entities is for my own growth. In metaphysics, you never stop growing. You must learn to work at different levels. Now, that is the truth. You can't get stuck in a metaphysical world. You always keep growing. You may not always want to. It may be tiring, but let me see. Crenshaw Metaphysical Institute. I don't think it still exists. No, it doesn't exist anymore. Damn. It's okay. I'm right there near Crenshaw, but it doesn't seem to exist. I wonder what does exist in California. I'd like to visit a place that still invests in metaphysical care, metaphysical training. Hmm. Guys, there's so much to do and so little time to do it. All right. Which reminds me, talking about taking care of yourself metaphysically, don't forget that Jason and I have courses that we're doing. And the courses, let me see, do I have it here? The next class is on 8/18. 8/18. So please come join us and be a part of a bigger picture of metaphysical strengthening That's what these courses are about. It's about metaphysical strengthening. And that way, when any change occurs, we don't panic. We move, we create, we develop, because we have put inside of you every tool you need to create along with new changes, right? That's the whole purpose. I also wanted to tell you, I love that I talk too much, but it is what it is. I also wanted to tell you that when I entered the metaphysical world, it was superficial, right? I took a tarot class in Red Bank, New Jersey. I knew this was my world. I didn't know how I was going to use it. My only identifier was gypsies, and I refused to be a gypsy. I refused to scam people. Um, so for about 10 years, which I think I wasted a lot of time, for 10 years in Staten Island, I gave away readings for free. And then one day, a woman at a store, can't remember the store anymore, and she was giving classes. I don't think she's still there anymore. And I took her classes for 2 years. And she was a witch that had, what do you call those things? With a coven, a witch with a coven. And the only resource that I had was her, right? Black folks are very, very gifted. But there's such a problem with the gift and religion and slavery and, hundreds of years of like, don't use your gift, don't use your gift, that I couldn't go to Black people to help me, right? Because anytime I told anybody, that I was a psychic, they'd look at me crazy. That's against God. That. Oh my God. Okay. It's against God. Okay. But I never listened to them. So I went to a witch who could teach me. And by the way, she didn't look like a witch. Um, but she was one. And it was my first introduction to freedom. Training under this witch for 2 years brought me freedom, brought me enlightenment, brought me change, brought me to understand that I can change my life by my intentions. I use oils and herbs to help me along with it, because the good herbs that God gives us is good for our health if we ingest it, but it's also good for magic. And so I use everything in God's good earth to augment my direction if my direction is off. Once I realized that this was a steady pace that I was on and that there was no turning back, spiritual entities realized that if I stayed on this pace, I would help people. I did not know I was going to help people. I was just, it started out very superficial. And the more I recognized that I help people by the feedback, the more trouble came to me. And I questioned God, and I was like, why do I find myself in so much problems and issues? And it could be with people, could be with my apartment, it could be, it was just a nightmare at some point. And I heard God say, you're helping my people, but they don't want you to. And I understood right away that they were evil forces. And then I questioned God again, and I was like, but how do I like stop this? Like, and it was, I don't remember getting an answer, but I remember powering up. I remember saying, oh, so what you're telling me is that if they win, I can't get to helping people if I let them win, the evil forces. And then I realized that maybe I was on a trajectory to help people, but maybe I haven't met the person that I'm supposed to be helping yet. And so that means I had to organize how I moved in this world. I had to figure out that evil is real and that the forces are capable of stopping you. And that means slowing down my movements. It also meant that sometimes, which is why I'm so cautious, I know you guys don't know why I am the way I am. Sometimes evil can come through a sexual partner. And the energy that that person brings can bring confusion and depression and worry and this and that and the third. And so I began to realize that maybe having a partner, a life partner, was not going to be found anymore in this lifetime. I'm not giving up. I'm just saying that maybe it's not going to be found in this lifetime because I can't afford to have a negative energy come through a man. And that it was important to recognize a negative energy quicker, faster, before that energy got inside of me, because evil will use other people to get to you. That's why some of you guys have problems with your family members and your mothers and your fathers, right? They don't know that they're a portal to get to you. They don't know this. There's just something inside of them that is there to attack you, to stop you. Don't you notice that most good people are the ones that are being attacked constantly? And it's so depressing. It's so mortifying. And it kind of makes us angry, right? Like, why don't people like me? Like, I'm a good person. They'll make up things about you. They'll lie about you. Your name comes up at least this is me. Your name comes up all the time. You ain't been around people in 10 years, but your name still comes up. The fuck? And I had to come to a conclusion that if my job is to help, walk this earth to help, evil job is to stop me. And I have no idea who I'm trying to get to. To this day, I don't know if I met the person. Maybe I won't even be allowed to meet the person. Maybe I'm just supposed to put one foot in front of the other on the purple brick road of life and grow and develop and create better techniques to deal with what? Evil. Maybe part of the technique is to not care so much, but to live a wonderfully genuine life of being a good person. I mean, don't get me wrong. I will cuss a mother out. Period. Point blank. Not the person. But that's only if you give me something. I don't walk around toxicity speaking. right? I don't know who I'm supposed to meet, but I've decided with God that evil's not allowed to get through. Knock me down if you want, evil. But this girl's getting back up. And this girl's getting back up with God. And I will continue to put one foot in front of the other down the purple brick road, dragging my feet. But I will drag my feet for God, for change, for spiritual development, to teach you to be best. Not like me, but to understand we can't let evil win. We can't let evil get inside our partners to stop us. What is evil trying to stop you from doing, being? Where's your highest authority? Because it will come through your partner. It will delay you. And sometimes it fucking wins. And I'm at the stage where it's not allowed to win. I got you. There's not an experience that any, except prostitution. I used to say prostitution and something else. I don't do drugs, so God bless that. But there's not an experience that you all haven't had that I haven't had. Dead ass. And I ask God, the fuck? I really say that to God. What the fuck? And when I began to realize, how can I help you if I'm not having the same experiences? Like, like how? How can I help you if I didn't have a problem with my mother? If I didn't have to work on a relationship with my dad? By gratitude, it all worked out in the end. God bless my dad. How can I help you if I didn't have a problem with my oldest sister? Not my special needs sister, Tony. Tony's a gem. Love that girl. It's so funny. Every experience that someone calls me for a reading, I got you. Been there, done that. It happened. And you and I both, we're going to get through this. Because today's a moment in time. We're going to get through this. We will not let any evil forces win. It is not allowed. Devil, be gone. Get away from my door. If you are not of God, get the fuck out. Did you know that's a simple thing you can say when you're depressed, when you're anxious? You just understand that that's evil intentions, right? Listen, I'm not taking from the fact that sometimes we might need an anxiety pill or counseling. I'm a big fan of counseling. I am not your counselor, I'm your psychic. But counseling is so rewarding. Spiritually, it's rewarding to get the gunk out, to talk about all that gunk that you've been holding in since age 5. See. All right. Are we good? Sometimes I just talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. Thank you, Angela. All right. Sometimes I just love to talk. Let's get on to the next one. Oh, where's my bell? I lost my bell. God damn it. Ding, 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 ding. I just had it. Oh, I just had my bell. All right. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, do I have a pill in here still? Oh, my neck is killing me. Oh, I get 2 more pills. Well, it's for migraine, but oh my God, guys, I had a migraine headache to die for. No, I almost died. It was so bad. Let me just take these migraine pills. Let me see what's in it. Let me see. Can't read it. Salabized ibuprofen capsules, 200 milligrams. How is this different? All right, let's get this party started. Next one. I don't know where my bell is. Ding, 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 ding. Let's continue on, everyone. When this thing would happen to him, he would fly through the air 13 to 20 feet, Peter Brown recalls. He was possessed, literally possessed. Peter James Brown Jr. is pastor of Cathedral Temple of Divine Love in Chicago, a psychic counselor. He indicates that spirit gives him instruction on how to exorcise entities from possessed people. I got involved with this man when he stepped on some glass. Only 30 minutes had lapsed, but the wound looked as though it had been made a week or two before. Peter had been called by a physician at the institution where the flying man was being observed. The doctor was unable to accept such phenomena. It just couldn't be. It didn't fit anything. The doctor advised the man's mother to find someone in a psychic field, so Peter was contacted. He could be sitting in a chair talking normally when all of a sudden, bingo, it would be on. And just as suddenly as it came, it would go away, describes Peter. Peter's guides through spirit writing revealed that the man was possessed. He had epilepsy, and there was a deep conflict between him and members of his family. That form of epilepsy behaves in such a way that if you were not observing it, you would not see it. It was an outgrowth of spiritual kind of war going on within him. A course of treatment was developed with the new information which addressed both the physical and spiritual aspects, and the conditions abated. I will tell you about a girl who had 16 entities in her, and they tried to make her disembowel herself. She would come to church the first Sunday of the month. We usually had communion then. I could talk about anything other than the blood of Jesus Christ. If I talked about the blood of Jesus Christ, she would go off. She would scream like you've never heard except in a horror movie. Then she would be out of it for 2 or 3 days. Peter took on this girl's case. Spirit gave instructions on how to oust the entities. In the process, Peter engaged in conversations with a being who was apparently the group's spokesperson. That's so funny. I'm not going anywhere. And then Peter said, I said, you have to. No, I don't. I don't have to. And Peter asked why. Oh my God, we're here by invitation. She likes us. She lets us in and we're going to stay. Oh, I said, no, you can't do that. They said, yes, we can. They were talking through her. She had a lovely voice. But when this happened, her voice would drop about 4 octaves and it sounded just like a man was talking through her. Following the instructions given by the disembodied teacher guides through spirit writing, Peter focused the negative entities to withdraw from the girl. Peter forced. She stabilized after counseling, medical treatment, which means she got some meds inside of her. Oh, look at this, and dietary changes. She even went back to school and became a registered nurse. She has been doing very well for the past 12 or 13 years, but she can't drink alcohol or watch much television, for it was her indulgence in those activities that lured the negative spirits to her. In the Cathedral Temple's brochure, Peter explains all psychic phenomena has its roots in the Bible. and that Jesus demonstrated all its facets during his earth life, and in addition said to his followers, "These things that I do, ye shall do, and these things that I do, ye shall do, and even greater." All right. So, what I want everybody to do right now is to exorcise demons away from you. Evil spirits, evil spirits, evil entities, right? And the only thing I want you to do is say, hold on. Following instructions, disembodied spirit in writing. Peter forced the negative to stabilize counseling that she went back to school. There's a part here that I want to read. Oh, I'm not going anywhere. I said you have to. No, I don't. I don't have to. I asked why. We're here by invitation. She likes us. She lets us in. We're going to stay. So it is so easy. Maybe not you guys, but just understand what metaphysical development is. And I just finished talking about this. I didn't know this new chapter was going to bring this up. We're here by invitation. It is so easy to let evil in. It is so easy to let evil in. It is so easy to let evil in. Evil can get in. Has anybody like had a feeling like you fucking hate your boss and you kind of wish your boss would get hit by a Mack truck? Have you ever done that? I've done that. I'm not proud of it. But you know that that's a way that you are in agreement, in accordance with evil. Do you understand that? That thought is part of a negative energy that most likely lives inside of you, and that there's a couple of ways to handle a bad thought, and it's very simple. It's cancel, cancel, cancel. It's very simple. I remember when my ex-husband used to give me like such a hard time with my child, and he got everything he wanted. I never stopped visitation, and visitation was increased. He would get my son the whole summer. He would get my son every weekend, and he just wanted blood all the time. And so one day I was doing a reading and I was identifying with the client, and I said, I don't remember, but I kind of wished like really bad on him, but I said it out loud. I think I'd always been thinking it, and then I said it out loud. But the minute I actually spoke it out loud, I began to cry and break down. Because in that instance of speaking it out loud, I'd always been thinking it, like, I wish this upon him, I wish that upon him. But thinking it is one thing, which is bad enough. Saying it out loud is emphatic. And the minute I said it out loud, I broke down, and I was working at the time. And I was working as a psychic in a store. And this particular store had like 50 psychics. And I broke down and cried. And the woman next to me, who has since passed on, beautiful woman, she came and she rubbed my back in my despair. And the minute I don't know if it was her touch or the minute I said it out loud, what came through was, what you wish for is against your son. You don't have to like him. He needs him. And once I resigned to the fact that my son needs his father, the anger left me. After that, I never said a bad word about him in my mind, out loud. It just left me once I understood the purpose, the Akuta Matata of life. I don't have to like the green of the grass, but if my son likes it, then I have to release my son to his relationship with his father. And it changed my whole life. Not being angry with him, it just changed everything. I was just so at peace. I didn't care what he did, what conflict he tried to cause. It was just like, okay, dude, I just didn't participate in it anymore. Don't fuck with me. And he didn't. There was something about like not fighting against what he kept putting out and just ignoring it that was really empowering for me. To the point where I didn't even recognize it. I didn't even realize I was working to not let him get to me. It just became new me. And he didn't know that. And I didn't know that. It was just a moment where this shit just needed to stop. I cannot stop him. I can only shift myself. It was a beautiful thing. But I feel like having the psychic next to me, she was a mature woman in my mind, and came over and just, rubbed my back. I feel like her touch, got inside of me. I don't know what her intentions were, but it was a good moment for someone to care about how much pain I was in. So sometimes we can invite the energy in, and sometimes we don't even know we invited it in. Sometimes we can sleep with someone that transfers the energy in. And energy is swirling around you guys. If you think good and evil forces aren't walking by your front door all day long, you got another thing coming. Whether or not that energy is allowed to stop and knock on your door is by your invite, right? So learn to practice. If you are not of God, get out. It's so simple. There's this book that I'm reading on Solomon, and Solomon had all these evil forces that were roaming the world come to him. And Solomon would say to the evil forces, what did he say? He used to say, what is your, I can't remember how he said it, but he used to say, like, what is the thing that could stop you? And they weren't allowed to lie, which was so interesting. These evil forces, if the question was asked, they had to tell the truth. It's weird. It's really weird. Um, and so Solomon would say, what's the thing that could stop you? And the evil forces will say, this can stop me. And then it would have to be gone. So I was writing about it and I never got to finish it. And I really want to focus on one thing to write about and present to you guys. Oh, hold on a second. Let me see if I can find the book. I'm here, guys, trying to find the book. Oh, here it is. Give you a couple of things that you could do. Let me see. Hold on. So, one of the things that you should learn to do is memorize the Lord's Prayer. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. I think that is Psalm 23. All right. Oh, they're called frustrations. Frustrations. Solomon would talk to the magnitude of evil spirits, and he would say to them, "What is your frustration?" And they would have to speak it to Solomon. And Psalm 23 is very powerful, guys. Don't underestimate Psalm 23. Also, look up the seal. It's either the seal with the ring of God. Look that up. I mean, this is what it looks like, but you just Google it for yourself. This is what it looks like. Oh, sorry, guys. And stop it. That's what the seal with the ring of God you might find when you Google it. And one of the things was envy, jealousy, right? And jealousy, what cures the frustration for jealousy is the seal with the ring of God, any head injuries for children. If you're at a crossroad, if you're at incurable sores, particularly on men's feet, the angel frustration is the Lord God of the world and Jesus Christ, and reading Psalm 23 that handles jealousy and envy, little things. All right. There was something I wanted to show you guys. I wrote something on my door, my front door. Now, let me see. Hold on. I will. I will. I don't know why I don't have it here. So frustrating. There's also a ring of Archangel Michael. All right, this is a little weird that I don't have it here. I wrote something on my front door and it's invisible. It has like scratch marks, but you can't see it. And it's to protect my front door. But for some reason, I cannot find it right now to tell you guys what it is. Um, damn it. Damn it. All right. Supposed to be in the beginning of the pages. Let me see. God, health, long life, love, family, God, health, kindness, love from son, wife. Oh, this is what I wrote. Oh, I wish to see my son. Look at that. My life and grandkids again. Interesting. Look at that. Look at that. I didn't even know I was praying to see my son. Look how good God is. I wish I would have dated this book because I don't know when I started. All right, guys. I am going to next Sunday. It's just a thing that I put on my door to protect myself from all evil. Let me see if I can get a picture of it and then I'll type it in and then I can tell you. Hold on. M-E-I-T. All right. Can't find it. All right. I can't find it, but I will offer it up to you guys. It's under the Songs of Solomon. I'll look at it today. Let me see if I saved the Solomon thing. And this the Songs of Solomon teaches you how to keep evil out of your lives. Seriously. And what to say and all that good stuff. And I was writing a book about it. Um, but true to form, when evil doesn't want you to tell the world how to change for the better. Oh my God, I got so sleepy. I got sleepy for months. Is this it? I need to pray. Oh, here it is. Let me see if I can find it. Oh my God. Maybe I should print this out. This ring of God is a very powerful ring. So take a picture and put it in the picture frame if you want. All right. All right. I'm just going to do what I need to do to make this into a book. And I'm now inspired to, oh my God, I put something on my door to protect myself and I can't find it. Yeah, whatever. Let me see. Son of David, Lord God has sent you the highest host. You must wear the seal of God and the engraving of the seal on the ring. All right. Do you guys know the story of Solomon? I don't think he gets a lot of credit. I mean, he was a sloppy little bastard, but I don't think he gets a lot of credit. I think in the end, if I understand Solomon, I think in the end, the very thing that he was being taught by all these evil entities, that he got firsthand knowledge on how to explain to the world how to protect themselves, that in the end, Solomon let a woman take him down. Several women. Oh my God. In the end, he didn't listen. And he didn't listen to God. And I don't know if it's one woman or several women said that, because back in the day they had several people, and they said that they needed figures to pray to, the women that he was with. And he knew better because he had a direct conversation with God. Like he spoke to God directly. And in the end, he he went against God, which is typical. It happens. So, but he still left us with how to handle the demons and what to do. All right, I'm over myself here. We'll learn more about the seal of God. Hi, Bree. And how to handle evil entities. So I went on this whole tantrum because when the man said, when he was talking, the woman was talking to the demons inside the little girl, they were like, we don't have to leave because she invites us in. I want you to remember that you can invite trouble into your life. You can invite conflict. You can invite mental illness. And if mental illness hasn't pervaded you yet, go get counseling, go get some meds, and then work on your physical and mental strength. And understand that it is very easy to invite negative energies in. And all you have to say, I promise you, is if you are not of God, get out. Nothing is invited if you tell the entity that you have to be of God. And the trick is, ironically, is that it's not Jesus. That's the trick. See, and people that do the Bible, they know these things. It's not Jesus that can get rid of the entities. It is God. Think about it. Jesus is a byproduct of God that came with his own special gifts to show us in the physical world how we can operate better. Jesus came to teach us to love one another. He was a psychic, he was a prophet, he was an amazing magician, all that good stuff. And if you noticed, Jesus only combated the devil by calling on God. Don't get confused. Don't get confused, people. If Jesus called on God, why are you calling on Jesus? Think about it. If you are not of God, get out of me. Get out of my house if you are not of God. Get out. Stand at your door from inside and say to your door, if you are not of God, stay out. I'm telling you, little things like that will change your whole life. I'm telling you, it's a beautiful thing when you begin to speak into the energy, into the wind. Don't come near this door if you are not of God. Because good and bad is out there, and you only want the good in. That's it. Right, Rochelle? Right? I mean, if you think about it, if you really study the Bible, because the Bible is trickery, because they teach us, technically, they teach us not to love God, technically. But if you watch what Jesus did, Jesus wasn't standing there going to the devil, I'm Jesus, I'm Jesus. Jesus was like, get thee behind me, devil. You are not God. Yeah. Thank you, Rochelle. Oh, thank you. Girl, it's just a gift from spirit. Thank you, sweetie. I really appreciate that. Yeah, life is so good when you can be a light to others. It feels so good. Thank you, Rochelle. You just made my day. All right. So don't be afraid. We let things in by invitation in our bodies through sexual contact. Sometimes, listen, and let me tell you something. Feel free to have sex. In no way am I telling people, don't have sex. Sex is good. All right. I'm not that like, no, no. God gave us sex and we're not supposed to have it. Fuck that. However, when you know how, like, when you have sex and you first thing you want to do is shower, at least that's me. I got to shower, right? And you shower, that's when you can say, if you're not of God, get out of my body. Seriously, it'll work. They can't stay in. I don't care who the fuck you slept with, cannot stay in. I promise you. Hi, Rhonda. Please hit the like button. Oh, I lost my beautiful face here. Get my face back. Let's put this one up. Do you know what I mean, guys? Oh, yeah. All right. In the cathedral's temple brochure, Peter explains all psychic phenomena has its roots in the Bible, and that Jesus demonstrated all its forces during his earth life, and in addition said to his followers, these things I do, ye shall do, and even greater. So I want you guys to understand God brought Jesus down to be a psychic, a prophet, a seer, a healer. What else? A magician. Don't ever look at a psychic and emotionally put a psychic down. Because the gifts that God gave Jesus, you have. And you have it automatically. How many parents just heal their own children? Think about it. Like, you have the gift. And if you don't have the gift, you'll have the gift to, if your child is sick, you have the gift to take it to the right doctor. You have the gift to communicate what's the best course of treatment for your baby. The gift is there. You may not be a surgeon, but you know how to pick the right person. You know how to communicate with someone that will heal you, heal your children, heal your husband, heal your wife. However, when we let doubt in, after Spirit said, hey, don't do that, and we let doubt in, that's when something happens. We have to trust our inner gut and our inner spirit. And we have not to care whether or not our inner gut and our inner spirit is right or wrong. We'll notice it later. But your gut, you got the same gifts as Jesus. I promise you. Just got to use it and believe in it. All right, what time is it? So we're going to go on to the next chapter. Let me see how long it is. It's not too long. The next chapter is astral projection. Astral projection. Has anybody ever astral projected? I need to keep this because I'm going to rewrite this. Add to reading list. Astral projection is astral travel. It's a soul's journey, a soul wandering, a spiritual journey, and spiritual travel. Now, my group that Jason and I started, we did a version of astral projection. It's a meditation, and we had them travel in their mind's eye. It was so beautiful. Everybody had such an amazing. I was really surprised how most people in the group, which is why it was invitation, right? Most people in the group uh, was capable of going through a meditative state, because many times when it's new to you, you feel uncomfortable and you can't do it. And you're like, I didn't see anything. But almost everyone in the group saw something. It was so beautiful. Oh, there will be another meditation, 8:18. I will be doing the meditation. Um, and most times, everyone, we actually astral travel in our sleep. So we do it anyway. But in our waking capabilities, I like to organize the astral travel, and that you can do through meditation and other modalities. Sometimes in our sleep, it's out of control. However, I do want to add that when you're having a dream that begins to feel uncomfortable, you can change your dream. You just have to constantly remember that you are awake when you are dreaming. And so when something bothers you in your dream, if you can remember, again, it takes a little practice, change it in an instant. Like you can say in your dreams, this is not for me. Show me a better scene. Right? But it takes practice. All right. Astral projection 155. World sated, setting her sails for enlightenment, she prayed. But her thoughts were sucked up by low astral plane energies. streaming through where she first opened the porthole to the spirit realm. In waves, they racked her through the resulting dreads of darkness on rough currents of unceasing and tormented sleep she drifted. In its redemptive roots, an ancient tree, dream born, reaching far beyond earthbound shores, capsized her wayward barge. Set loose, water cleaned, and new life she awakened. I have no idea what any of that means. Let's continue. A paper thin image of herself rose, floating out of the carcass, and rested itself somewhere above the stark white ceiling. Her perception changed and she viewed the world from the eye of the image. The image watched quietly as the body adopted a grayish hue. The eyes grew cloudy, and the lips sealed themselves one to the other. The chest no longer heaved up and down with the breath of life, and the heart ceased to pound out the terrifying drum rhythms. From her view on the ceiling, the image saw the figure of a young girl come and touch the body, trying to arouse it, but receiving no answer, assumed it to be in a deep sleep. Without warning, a voice, quite her own, yet more lovely, rose from the breast of the carcass and spoke, saying, "Get back in your body, girl. You have work to do." No sooner had the command been given than a thin blue light appeared, streaming between body and soul. It flowed painlessly until they were one again, and the chest began to ebb and flow with the fresh spring air. This is not necessarily an out of body experience, but this sounds like somebody that either was dying, was about to die. The soul had left the body, and it sounds to me like a spirit came through and it's like, "Girl, get back in your body. You got things to do." Has anybody ever died and come back? Anybody? If you've ever died and come back, whatever that looks like, um, then you definitely have something to do. All right. This excerpt, Needy Winter, a story from her book, Jambalaya. Oh, do you guys have this book? I have this book, Jambalaya. Let me see if I can find it. It's a good book. Oh, hold on, guys. How old is Jambalaya? Let me see something. Jambalaya, Jambalaya. First paperback edition published in 1988. First copyright 1985. Um, 1985. What's the first edition of this book? I thought this was out of print. Oh, 1991 was the first edition? Interesting. I didn't know Jambalaya was an old book. Wait. When's the first edition? Library of Congress cataloging in 1940. Oh, the cover was touched up in 1991. Copyright 19, all rights reserved. I wonder if it was updated in 1991. This is very much an old book because it's out of print now. Huh. Library of Congress in 1940, but then there was a cover update, which also meant that the insides could have been updated. Interesting. Let me see about the author. San Francisco Masters, 1971. Oh, 1971. She would have had a run-in with all right. Let me see, 1971. She received a master's degree in social work, University of California, Berkeley. She has two daughters. All right, 1971. I don't know what 1940 is about. Library of Congress, Company of Prophets, African American Psychic Healers, Visionary by Joyce Noel, first edition. Couldn't have been the 1940s because she didn't even graduate until 1971. Company of Prophets, copyright 1991 by Joyce Elaine, no, all rights reserved, printed in the United States. No part of this book may be used for reproducing any matter whatsoever without written permission from the public, except in the case of brief quotations embodying critical articles, blah, 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 blah. All right. Make sure I got this right. All right, well, let me see now. Where am I? Where am I? This excerpt, Meeting Winter, a story from her book, Jambalaya, Louise Teach explains, is based on an actual occurrence she experienced herself. I'm just going to show you guys the book, and if you guys want to order it for yourselves, I think you should. Hold on, guys. Wait. Oh, your aunt had a stroke last Sunday, Rachel? I keep telling her to come back to us. She has more work to do. Oh, I love that you're doing that for her. I do want to offer up that when somebody has a stroke, it does take time, okay? Because the mind is one thing, the body that is now physically injured is another thing. But your emotional help can make a bigger difference. So just encourage her. But I don't know how bad the stroke is, but give her 6 months to a year. There's a woman that I speak to, but I can't remember her name now. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. She's one of my followers, but please forgive me. And she has a channel, but I can't remember her channel anymore. And she had a severe stroke. Let me tell you something. I can't remember her name. She does this thing with numbers. Um, she had a severe stroke, and she called me for years, talking like a stroke victim for years. And one day she called me, and it was gone. And I was like, I didn't know who she was. Because after a while, I get so many people that I start to forget my regulars. And she was like, remember, I'm the one with the stroke. I'm like, you're the one with, you don't sound like you had a stroke. She had completely healed. She had completely healed from a stroke with the help of love, kindness, care, concern, a husband that really, really loved her. But she had completely healed. So I know now sometimes strokes stop us in our tracks and makes us reset. And usually there are signs to say to us all, stop, you're out of control. You're stressing too much over your job. It's not your job to stress so much. And sometimes we don't listen. And we don't listen to the point where we give ourselves angst, pain, mental illness, strokes. And then sometimes God is like, okay, I need to shut you down. And now you can't do anything. Now you can't do any of the things that you kept not listening to me about. But it's a wake up call. And it's also a spiritual event when you have something that takes you so far down. Because the thing is, God did not take her. Don't ever think that's not the option that was on the table. God chose not to take her. All right. I can't remember her name. Oh my goodness. She would be such an inspiration to speak on. So help her. Wow, that's amazing. I'm claiming that from my aunt, and you are absolutely right. Thank you. Thank you, Rachel. Aw. Let me get this title of this book over to you guys. Oh, I'm so tired now. I just got so tired. We're almost done anyway, but let me get this book over to you guys. See if I can do it. Oh, I can't find it. Let me try one more time. X. You go out. Okay, 1280. Hopefully, I can get this through so you guys can see this book. These are all the books that you guys can have in your repertoire of books. 1280. 12. Damn it. Where is it? Oh, good. I do have it there. I just 1280. I had to get rid of some of these photos in my phone. Come on, work with me. Oh, 12. Nope. Let me see. Downloads. Here it is. Why isn't it 1280? Why is it not showing up? IMG 1280. Hold on a second, guys. I am not computer literate, so I'm doing the best I can. Downloads. Why are the downloads not showing? 1280. Mm-hmm. This is weird that it's not coming through. 1205 280. All right, cancel. So annoying when you can't get. All right, let me see if there's another way I could do this. Let me see. Maybe I can save the photo. Add to photos, maybe. All right, let's do it this way. No. Let me see. Photos. Laptop. Recent. Okay, I have no idea why I can't get this through. Let me see if I can put it on my desktop. Hold on, guys. I am trying 1280, but why IMG? iCloud? All right. Let me get rid of this. Let me see. File picker not opening. Your Chrome browser has a bug that prevents uploading. Chrome is working to fix it. Please quit and reopen Chrome to upload. Okay, hold on, guys. Thank you, Angela. Yeah, that's the name of the book. Such a good book. Let me see if I can get the picture of the book up. If not, Angela posted um some, oh, it's right here, but it won't let me do it. All right. Let me send it one more time. I'm so pissed. If I could just get it on the desktop, I'll be fine. Let me see. AirDrop active. I did add it to photos. Messages, notes, add to freeform. Freeform is. All right. It's the way it got over. Let me see. Let me just try one more time, guys. I'll just try one more time. AirDrop. They're all labeled the same, so I don't know. It's coming instead of a JPEG, it's coming over as a HEIF image. I have no idea what that is. Open with. No, open. I can open it. I just can't do anything else with it. All right. Documents. Download. Um, okay, I'm spending way too much time on this. And I apologize. Yep, it's not showing it. It did it 3 times. Oh man. It's okay. We will go over this next week because I like to be finished at 11. Show options. Custom file. All files. Oh, there you go. What was that about? I may have worked it out. Mm-hmm. Okay, nope, still not here. All right. If I could just put it on my desktop, I could get it from my desktop. How do I save it to my desktop? AirDrop, mail, messages, notes, add to photos. Try to add it to photos. Mm-hmm. Imports. iCloud recent. I try to add it to photos, but it's not working, so I can't do anything. Yeah, the file needs to be PNG, JPEG, JPEG, or GIF, and it's not coming across as. That's why it's not showing up. It's so weird. What is wrong with this? All right. And I'm sending it from my phone. You're supposed to be compatible phone. All right. I don't know what HEIC is. Damn it. All right. In any case, thank you, Angela. I'm too tired for this. This is a mess. Thank you, Angela. Jambalaya, The Natural Woman's Book of Personal Charms and Practical Rituals by Louisa Telsch. Please get it. It is amazing. Let's see. You will love it. I promise you. You will love it. I don't know why it's not sending as a JPEG. That is so weird to me. Let me see something else. Screen share. Maybe I could do a screen share. Share. Can you guys see anything now? Do you see anything? I have a screen share up, but I don't know if you guys could see it. I don't think you guys can see it. All right. Let me try one more time. Stop screen sharing. Get rid of my camera. I look like shit. Media types, album projects. No. All right. Let me try one more time, and then I'll just let everybody go. Present. It says video file, but I don't want a video. All right. Let's not do that. Let's do one more thing. Present. Slide. Your computer. Upload file. Damn it. Nope, nothing's working, guys. Oh my goodness, I tried everything today. Nope, nothing's working today. I tried everything. I don't know why an extra camera would help. All right. It is what it is. What are you guys saying? Can see you, but not the book. Okay, thank you, Angela. Wow, that's amazing. I'm claiming that for my aunt. You are absolutely right. Thank you, Angela. Screen share. Why is screen share not working? Screen sharing is easiest with two monitors. Nope, you guys can't see it. I could tell y'all can't see it. So it is what it is. Stop sharing. Am I supposed to have a second camera on? All right. In any case, Angela has it right here, Jambalaya. Just Google it. And if you can get the book, because there's a cross reference to Jambalaya in the book Company of Prophets. All right, guys. Love you all. Take it easy. Call me for your own personal reading. I am available today, 213-458-7408. I love you all. Take it easy. Bye.
Gals and guys, go to Tracy Brown Live. Go to Tracy Brown Live. Go to Tracy Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracy Brown Live. Go to Tracy Brown Live. Go to Tracy Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracy Brown Live. Go to Tracy Brown Live. Go to Tracy Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracy Brown Live. Go to Tracy Brown Live. Go to Tracy Brown Live.
You're welcome, Rachel.